Go live. Welcome back, everyone.
Hey guys.
Except for Instagram world, because the button doesn't want to work. Hi, there we go. We are back live everywhere on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. How is everyone today? For the second time, hello, hello, hello. All right, if you're catching us for the second time because we had technical difficulties a few minutes ago, this is Stacey Jackson of Strands. And we are in our fifth Meet the Designer series. Today we have Lala Miller of Mommy Made It and Rocky King of Rocky Gets Crafty when she logs in. Let's continue our series. If you missed the first part, you can catch the first half on YouTube and somewhere on Facebook on the Strands Fiber Arts Fashion page on Facebook. So let's jump right back in. Why do I hear myself again? Anyway, okay. We are back. Let's jump right back into the questions. We left off of where can you walk us through your design process, and you completed that question, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And then I asked you how do you choose the materials you work with. Did you answer that question too?
Yes.
Okay, all right, cool. All right. Um, let's get back to the hood thing. What unique elements do you think fiber arts brings to the fashion industry that other materials and techniques can't replicate?
Well, one, we worked with a crochet hook, and then we have some yarn. And we just, with two hands, we create things like this. You can't walk
Right.
into the store and pick this up. Nobody can mass produce this. It doesn't matter how many times this is made. After you make it that one time, it'll never be the same thing. It'll always be a stitch that's different. It'll always be some type of something that's different in there. The tension will be different. It'll be something. So you can never recreate something that we make twice. So I feel like that's the one thing that makes this much different than something in the higher industry or the different industries. Fiber fashion is something completely out of this world. You can take a piece of yarn and make anything, and nobody can replicate it. It might look the same, but it'll never be the same.
Right. Exactly that. Exactly that. Um, what's your favorite stitch?
I love me a good old double crochet.
Hmm.
I love me a good old double crochet. I love you can pretty much make anything with double crochet. Um I love doing I love making granny squares too because
Okay.
with the I don't even know the is it it's a cluster with three. What is that one called?
Mm-hmm. A
I like
cluster. There,
yeah.
well, there's three different kind of clusters. There's the cluster stitch, the puff stitch, and the popcorn stitch.
I like the puff stitch too, but I really like the cluster stitch. The
I like
popcorn
the puff.
stitch looks really cute on like tops, like bathing suit tops, or like skirts or something like that. But I really like the cluster stitch.
Yeah, I like cluster too. That's a fun stitch. I don't do too much puff and popcorn stitches. I like flat, um, mostly. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, my favorite stitch is a half double crochet,
Oh, half doubles.
and
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
like half double. Um, I'm not exactly. They just it's something about when you're turning a double crochet work, it leaves a ridge, and I try to always avoid that ridge. And I feel like the half double doesn't give the ridge as pronounced as the double crochet does when
I
you're
don't even
working
know what I do, but if I
back.
don't like the way it looks, I kind of create something. That's the freestyle about me. I'll go and make something. I don't know what I do, but it works. But it
Right,
works. Like when I
right.
make hats, I do. I learned this stitch on YouTube, where at the end of your row, instead
Hmm.
of connecting the like if you're doing like a hat with a double crochet,
Hmm.
at the end instead of just connecting it with a slip stitch,
Mhm.
it'll leave like a little space in between. So if you do a double crochet together, so you do one double crochet in the stitch before the last one, and then you go into the
Mhm.
bottom of that very first stitch and make two double crochets together, it will close
Mhm.
up that gap, but you won't be able to see that first stitch because it'll cover it up. So I really like that one.
Okay. You might have to show me that in person. I mean,
Okay.
on video or something. I would like to see that. My issue with going in the round sometimes is like how you end up with this seam, and my seam always seems to go
Goes down like
diagonal,
that.
and,
That
and I
helps.
and there's a way to mitigate that, and I just can't remember what it is. But yeah, that diagonal seam drives me crazy. If any of you out there know how to mitigate that doggone seam, I think most crocheters will know what I'm talking about. Let me
Mhm.
know, please, because it drives me insane. Um, Lizita says she likes double crochet because you can get done quicker. That is actually very true. Yes,
That's a great
you
point.
can. Yeah, you can you can build your rows a lot faster with double crochet. So that is the plus size to it. Kimberly Clayton, if you guys are not familiar with her, she is a designer. She had an exhibit in an LA exhibition, and it was all crochet. She had the shoes, the purse, and the top and the skirt, and everything was single crochet the entire way through.
Oh
It was
no.
dope. But I'm like, the patience required to
Um,
complete everything in single crochet is unmatched. There's no way on the planet. I've done one pair of bikini bottoms in all single crochet, and I said I would never, ever, 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 ever do that again.
I'm going to
So,
incorporate a double crochet somewhere in there. It's not even happening.
oh
We
my
can get
gosh,
about 2 rows.
like what? But it's so beautiful what she does. So, I give my hats off to her for
Mhm.
them. I mean, it was beautiful. But yeah, double is my favorite, and double crochet is a lot of people's favorite stitch because it's quick to build your work. Okay, let's see, what else did our commenter say? Lazita says depends on what she's making. She'll
Mhm.
just use a smaller hook.
Mhm.
And then Miss Oni says you can turn your work every round. Okay. When you say turn your work, you mean flip it, right? For some reason I'm partial to like having all my front row my okay, when you make a granny square, sometimes you flip and you turn it back and forth.
It
So
looks
you have front stitches and back stitches, right?
different.
Which is cool on a granny square because it's reversible. But sometimes I like all my stitches to be front stitches. You know what I mean? And not I don't want to see no back stitches anywhere. So that becomes where I have my issues sometimes with that seam. So I need some help. Lizita says half double crochet your seam diagonal, but if you turn your work, it won't happen.
Mhm.
Okay, right. But I don't want to turn it. So help me, girls. Help
You
me.
use that stitch. If you use that stitch, it'll definitely help. And I notice I'm like that too because when I make certain hats, like if you make a bucket hat, you know how you have to kind of make that seam at the top, like where
Hmm.
the brim goes. I like
Hmm.
all of mine to look exactly the same because one side looks a little different than the other side. So I will flip my work for that just so I can flip it on the right side, and I'll have to do it that
Hmm.
way. But if you use that technique where you're two double crochet together at the end, you're gonna love that. It's gonna hide
Okay.
that first stitch and it'll go right in line with everything.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see that for sure, because
It's
I'm
gonna
working
look
on a dress trying to. I'm working on a dress now. Luckily, it's mesh, or else you see that silly
right.
diagonal seam. It's like driving me insane. But I'm not taking it apart. It just is what it is at this point.
Right. After all that work.
Miss Roche Topping is of the no frog trend right now, and I'm like, I'm frogging. I can't help it. Like,
Listen, it's gonna come out and I will do it all over again. I was just making a top and I have two shades of purple that look almost exactly alike. But once I made the entire top out of this other purple. And then when I put it up against the skirt, It was the complete, it's the wrong top. I was like, dang, I don't want to make it. I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate the purple, but nope. I just went back and made the whole thing all over again. It's like, Or I would have taken it out if I had a hint of that purple in there, but I just went ahead and made the whole thing all over
Mhm.
again.
Yeah. Don't you hate that? Like, being a perfectionist sometimes is it's very
Self
time
minded.
consuming.
Oh yeah, but then in the end, it pays off because the top actually came out better than I wanted it to. So I'm kind of glad I did that.
Well, there you go. Oh, yes. Oni says, or maybe start with a standing stitch. I love them standing stitches. I just learned about those really, and I am a sucker for some standing stitches now. So yeah,
Wait,
I
what's the
will
standard
try to.
stitch?
A standing stitch is when you start off with an actual stitch. How do I explain it? So you'll have a slip knot on your hook. Like for a double crochet, you just yarn over and then insert your hook in the stitch and do your double crochet
Oh,
without having a chain two or chain two or chain three. You just
oh,
start with the whole stitch. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
yeah, I gotta YouTube that.
Yeah, Sharon, look up the standing stitches. They're pretty cool.
Mm.
Um, yeah, they're actually really cool. So I need to incorporate them more. I use them, but not enough. So look into standing stitches, y'all. They are very,
Definitely.
very helpful, very beneficial. All right, on to the next question. Um, okay, this is gonna be a two-part question. How do you stay inspired and continue to innovate within the community? And then how important is community in the fiber arts world?
The way I stay connected, I love fashion. So even if it's not something in the fiber arts, I love fashion, and I try to incorporate what I see in the outside world to my world. So
Mhm.
um, just like anything, I feel like anything that is made with fabric can be made with yarn. So I will figure out my way. I will draw it out, and I will figure out a way to get that stitch done. But I stay connected with what's in fashion now, and then I bring it into a way where I feel like somebody can put it on today, and they can wear it in the same place that you would go if you go out to the club. You can wear something that I have, or if you go to like a nice evening, you can wear one of my gown. Or I don't make gowns, but I want to make a gown. But something like that. You can wear it on any occasion, anywhere. You can be standing next to somebody who just got their outfit fresh off the sewing machine, and mine is fresh off the hook. So I just keep it with that mindset. Keep it fresh, keep it young, and then make it a part of you. So everything is just make it unique. Something so unique that somebody wants to wear it. Because you
Yeah,
don't
but
want
they
to
ain't
walk
gonna.
outside looking like everybody else.
Absolutely. It's like, yeah, you make it unique enough for everybody to want, but they ain't gonna get because everything's one of a kind.
It's one of a kind. So you have to make it. That's how I think of it. Like you have to make something that somebody wants so much that they want to like they want to be different from somebody else. You want them to want that so much that they want it for them. I am like
Yeah,
I feel like why be like everybody else when you can be like yourself? So why wear what everybody else has when you can wear one of a kind?
I
I,
concur thoroughly. I am not with trends and looking like folks. All right, the
yeah.
second part of that was how important is community within the fiber arts world?
I think community is a big part because I feel like okay, so on the designing end,
Hmm.
I feel like there's a lot of things that you don't know that you could learn from other people.
Hmm.
I'm going to refer back to my first time at your show. I met Miss Sharon, who was amazing, who taught me just this simple technique of how to close in those strings on the ends of your work. And it was just a simple technique, but it made a big impact on me. And the thing about it is like you don't know what everybody knows or what type of tips or what things people do to get them, from step one to step two. You might take all day to get something done, and someone can come in and show you or encourage you or teach you or help build you, to be the best that you can be. So I feel that that's a good thing. And also like inspiration. A lot of
Hmm.
times I look at what other people are doing and I'm like, I need to step my stuff up because these girls are doing it. And then I have people like telling me like they love my work. So just with the back and forth of that, being able to look at what other people do, being able to see how big your mind can be or how big this industry could be, because everybody crochets but everybody doesn't do the same thing. We all have the same niche, but we all create in all different ways. We all make different types of things. So I like that it's not just like we make prom dresses and we're all going to have that long train walking down the runway. It's so many ways that we can create different things, like what I saw you in last night. That was amazing. That was amazing. Like I would never have thought that, I could, or somebody could make something like that. So it just gives us the initiative to do better. And then on the outside with community, word of mouth, people talk, people see things, and then it opens other people's eyes to what we're doing. Because like I said, my son thought I was a granny because I crocheted. But then when he seen like how stylish it is, and his girlfriend and their friends, they like what I do. They open their eyes. They want to see more. They want to see what other people do. So it just brings awareness to what we do. We're not grandmas. We're actually fashion designers.
Unfortunately, I'm of that age, but I ain't one yet. So
But you ain't a grandma. You're not a grandma yet. And when you're a grandma, you're glamour. Okay.
grandma, be rocking my style always.
Yes.
Um, yeah. Last night was our opening, and Lala came out and brought her family with her. She's got some cute little sons, I swear.
If you know my sons,
Rambunctious.
you know what the laugh is.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness, last night was funny. And thank you very much for admiring what I had on last night. I'm even in awe still that I made that, because it just came out of my head. Like I was just trying to practice a mesh stitch and add some color, and it came out pretty cool. I really liked it. So
Very beautiful. You did a great
yeah,
job.
I like it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, okay, regarding the community, as Strands is a community, and being part of Strands, I like to say you join family. For the ones that vibe well with us, y'all stay on and come back and come back, and I love that. Sharon also mentions that she gets her inspiration from others. Um, am I inspired by others? Yes, but I try not to be. I try because I don't ever want to be biting styles. I never want to be that person. Oh, she got that from me. Nope.
Mhm.
So I'm inspired by seeing people's work, yes, but I try not to ever be inspired by what they're putting out,
Mhm.
like, or whatever. But like, I love Aisha's color schemes. I love Rosemarie's, the way she puts her pieces together. I love your use of color. Just everybody has the thing that they do, on their own. So there are things to be inspired from, but I try to not be inspired by other people's actual work, but their work ethic. And I don't know, maybe I'm double talking and saying the same thing, but
No, but I
you
understand
know,
how you feel because you don't want to like bite off of somebody else's idea, because you might see something like, oh, that's really cute. That's a nice concept. But you can also build from that concept. It can have the same theme, but not have the same style. So
right.
I can understand what you're saying, because I kind of feel that way too. Like sometimes I'll tell myself, I got to get off of social media. I got to stop watching other people's things because I don't want to make stuff based off of what everybody
Right.
else makes. Like, these cute little dresses right here. Like, I made these were hot, in style. And I'm like, I love to make them. They build up real quick, but
Hmm.
it's not really my style. Like, I like to do, you know, I just like to go off of my head like you. Like,
Right.
I like to be inspired by me. So I completely understand
Right.
how you feel with that.
Yeah. So speaking of niches, what is your niche and who do you design for? What would you say your target market is?
I would say my target market, I don't know an age group, because I like to make stuff just for the person. So
Mhm.
it would just be like an everyday person. I like to make ready to wear stuff, like something you can get up, put on for this occasion, for that occasion. You can be going out to the park, you can be going to the beach, you can be going on an island, you want to be cute, or you want to wear something that's just like something nobody else had. Like I do like artsy things, like outside of the box, like I don't know if it's avant-garde, if I even said that right. I've been watching a lot of Project Women.
Yeah.
So but I just like something for the everyday person who likes to look a little different.
Right.
So, just somebody who's unique.
No age limit, huh?
No,
No
no
age.
age limit.
Right. Because we be 50 acting like we're still 20,
I was
25.
gonna say though,
But
but I would age gap it at a little. I would say about because we're still young at our old age, so I would say a good 45. Where you still got a little in you, but then again, I have some.
sorry, y'all. Hold on. Sorry, sorry, sorry. I don't know why this makes you do this so loud. Ah, stop. I apologize for that. I was trying to read comments. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I have some lady friends that are like in their 60s and they look like they're in their 40s. So, that's why I say there's no age limit. It's about your confidence limit. Like, what do you
Right.
feel confident in? What do you feel like you would look good in? And that's how I feel about everything. Like, it's about what you think about you. It's not about what I think. It's about how you feel, what makes you look great. And I feel like that's what my line does. It just brings out the best in you. Like, you're already confident within yourself, and this will make you feel more confident.
Right. Maybe we should say when the age range is for people who identify as an age.
Right.
Or
Yeah. You
exactly.
might be 65, but in your mind you're 42.
I'm fine.
I'm still fine. I'm trying to be one of those. I want to be in my delusion in that because I love that state.
Ain't delusional. I'm still fly
I
and I'm
love it. No, but because it doesn't mean that you're not right, that you're in delusion. Like you're 65, but delusionally, I'm 42.
when you tell you nothing but a number, and we can go back.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Oni said, I'm styling all the way into my 80s.
Period, Ani. Yes. Yes.
Stay fly. We were like 80, 80 where? Yeah,
80.
over
Right.
there somewhere
Over
else.
there. No, I am. Look, I'm 62 at 80. Okay. And we age well, honey. So we can pull it off.
Yeah, I'm gonna see how long I can pull this off for. Right, exactly.
Just push your little
Oh,
wheelchair, shake a little, shake a little tail
oh
feather.
nah, walk.
Exactly.
I got to get back in the gym to make sure that I stay walking by the time
Definitely
I get to
so.
that point, for real. Unfortunately, with crocheting, we do sit a lot. We need to, it would be nice. I would like to incorporate more standing crochet activities or getting into my head that I need to stop and get up, stretch, move, and all that instead of staying so stagnant
Hmm.
um, because that's going to affect us a lot later on. Well,
Right.
later on for some of us. um, so yeah, I just wanted to say that. All right, let's go on to the next question here. Um, let me see. Let me see. Can you describe a project or collection that pushed you outside of your comfort zone?
Yeah, what I'm working on now for this fashion show.
What's that? Oh, yo,
Mesh
dang.
is very easy, but for me, I have to like do extra. I'm an extra person. So I gotta put my touch on it. I gotta do something that's like not like the norm. So
Mhm.
me incorporating mesh with the whole outside thought of mine, you'll see what I'm talking about when we get to the show. I can't really say too much, but you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's pushing me to like it's really pushing me to stay focused. It's really pushing me to like because I have this one thing that I'm working on and I'm trying to figure out how to I found some pieces that I needed to put there, and then now Joann's is going out of business and they don't have anything. So now I have to create something out of nothing. That's where I'm at with that. So we're gonna see how that goes, but definitely out of my comfort zone with that one. But if I get this, which I will, it's gonna be amazing.
Gonna be amazing. All right.
It's
I
gonna be
cannot
amazing.
wait to see. Speaking of, we can't wait to see it in 2 weeks.
To
At this
me,
time, in 2 weeks,
yes.
we will be on stage at Strands' seventh annual, or there's been more shows than seven, but this is our seventh year. The Strands
Mm.
fashion.com. And the day before, on March 22nd, we have our free community event where it's Meet the Designers in real life. So you can actually touch us, but not for real.
All right.
Um, and see us in person and ask us questions, face to face. And we'll give you a little mini show of what's going to come on Sunday, the 23rd. So please get your tickets for the free community event. Even though it's free, I would like you to register and get your tickets. You can get them on Eventbrite or you can get them at fiberartsfashion.com. So you're ready for the show, Miss Lala? You ready? How many pieces you got left to do?
All of my pieces have already been started. So most of them are finished, but I have to like add little things to them. So I was like,
I
the
feel
best thing to do is get everything started so I know what I need to do. So I have started and nearly completed my last outfit, but then I got to go back and then reel everything in on the rest of them. I have a lot of strings going on that need to come off.
yeah. You're a girl after my own heart because I be getting to 90% done and I'm like, oops, next project, let's go.
Because I have
And then
ADHD that bad.
and then the day of the show, y'all see me. I need help. I need help weaving these ends. I'm gonna try to do better this year. I'm gonna try, but there's no promise. Yeah, 2 weeks, Lazita. 2 weeks, Lazita. 2 weeks. Y'all ready? Hold on. Let me put this comment of hers up here. Yes, 2 weeks. Yes. So this time, in 14, is it 14, 13 days, we will be on the stage.
Yes,
So
can't
I'm
wait.
excited. I can't wait. I cannot wait to see what y'all come with this year.
I'm
All
working
right,
on my
we are
stage
gonna
fright. I'm
say that
sorry.
again.
I'm working on my stage fright.
Oh,
Last year I was kind of
uh,
running off. I'm gonna get it together this year.
yeah, this is practice for that. It's even practice for me for that, because I'm not the best live speaker in the world, but I'm gonna face my fears and do it anyway. I'm gonna get
Definitely.
over myself and go on. Um, we are going to wrap up here because we almost it's 4:18,
Mhm.
but I have a couple more questions before we go. Okay, 3 questions. Quickly, what challenges do you face as a fiber arts fashion designer and how do you overcome them?
So time is a big one. Being a parent, working, having to navigate, to be able to. Some days I don't pick up the hook at all. Like some days I just don't even crochet, and then other days it's like every day, all day. I'll stay up until the next day crocheting something. So time is one thing. Procrastination is a whole nother thing within itself. That's one thing, that procrastination is something for me. And I think just like following directions when I want to do something that has a pattern, that following direction kind of thing. Once I know what's happening, I just okay in a minute. I'm sorry. Daddy's
That's them
supposed to be
sons. Remember I was talking about them?
Daddy's supposed to be on duty, but he's sleeping right now. So I'm trying to like shoo him off a little bit, and they're not listening. They're like, "No, wait, mommy, I got something to say." Mommy, okay, 1 second. Okay, get a snack. Can mommy finish? Thank you. I'm sorry. um, that the parenting thing, the
Mhm.
procrastination, and that time.
Right,
I think those are the
right.
biggest. Those are the biggest.
Yeah,
But learning, I
I
love to
concur.
learn.
I concur wholeheartedly with you on all three of those: parenting, time, and procrastination. I think maybe time would fix itself if procrastination wasn't a key, but I haven't
Right.
overcome that either. So, hey, I'm not judging you on that at all. Okay. How do you see fiber arts fashion evolving over the next 5 years?
I think it's gonna become something amazing. Like I think we'll see more of it on the runways. You know, I forget her. I can't pronounce her name, but Mimi. I don't know her
Me,
name. It's
me,
yeah, her work like kind of opened the doors a little bit to crochet just a little bit. I think, but I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be beyond our wildest imaginations. The more
right.
that people create, the more that people are interested in it, and the more that people see, like, hey, this isn't just something like where people make blankets and little baby booties or hats or things of that nature. It's like it's a whole nother world to this. So, like, I even see
Right.
I see a guy that he kind of gets a lot of backlash because he takes creations and he cuts them up and then he makes clothing
Mhm.
with them. But I see that inspirationally too, that when people look at that, they want something to be crocheted or they want something
Right.
to be made uniquely. Like that's why I say you can get inspiration from anywhere or anybody, because you don't know that one little thing that might not be something that's uniform to what we're used to seeing, that can open the door for other things, or that can make everybody's imagination a lot
Moving you.
bigger, to see things in a different way. So I think it's
Right.
gonna be amazing. I think it's gonna be really, really, really big.
That's good. No, no, I didn't take it.
We will see. We
Oh,
will
okay.
definitely see.
Yes.
All right. The last question I have is,
I got my tongue out.
how does everyone get? Oh, wait, no, no. What would you tell someone else trying to get into this industry?
Yes.
I would say do it.
Um,
I would
okay.
say try. I would say believe in yourself. I would say try to figure out what's the hardest thing for you to do or to catch on to be successful, and work on that. Like, don't be afraid to mess up. YouTube Academy is amazing. It's free,
Right.
and you can learn how to do a lot of things, but there are other things. I would say support others and ask questions, things of that nature that'll help you. Like whatever you put out is going to come back to you. So if you feel like this is something that you want to try, even if it's just something that you want to do for a hobby, anytime I hear somebody saying they want to learn how to crochet, I'm like, oh, let me show you. I can't teach you, but I can show you how to do this. What do you know how to do? Like I'm like so hyper when somebody tells me they want to do it. So, I'm always encouraging of that. You'll never know unless you try it. So at least try it. If you don't like it, it's not for everybody.
Okay. Another question. Would you teach your boys to crochet? Have any of them expressed any interest?
None of my boys, but my hubby, he's like, he's like, let me help you, let me help you. And I don't know if it's because he just want to do something that I'm doing, or but he'll be like, let me help you. I'm like, no, because you're not gonna do it right. Like I would be more like, I'm more willing to show the kids, but I'm like, I need you to hold the camera. I need you to help me out when I need. I don't need you over here crocheting something for me. But
Right,
yeah.
because that's gonna be a whole different situation, right?
Listen, we got time for that. You support me when I don't get out of this bed for a couple hours and I'm sitting here crocheting. You come on and bring my drinks. You come on and bring my food. Make sure I'm good. This is the support idea. I don't need you to help me crochet a thing.
Right, right. You gonna be we both be over here talking about, kids, can you bring me food?
Okay, are we eating today? What's going on?
Right. Lastly, how does the world get in touch with you? Please tell everybody how they can reach out to you.
I am on Facebook. Mommy made it. Lala. I'm sorry. It's mommy made it. Lala on Instagram. It is Lala's Crochet Wonderland or Mommy Made It on Facebook. So you can type in either one of those and it's going to bring up the same page. I'm also on TikTok. TikTok is Mommy Me. I'm sorry, TikTok is Pretty Me, PR3TTIME. And you can get in touch with me on either one of these. I am working on my website. Again, that procrastination thing is a big one for me. I'm working on it. I'm getting it together. But I post a lot of videos on TikTok. I am working on posting as many videos on Facebook and Instagram alike, but you can get in touch with me on either of those platforms. And yes, just stay tuned for what I have in store because I'm trying. I'm getting there. We're gonna be a household name one day. And Miss Stacy, you are
Yeah.
definitely helping me to get that into line. Okay.
You're welcome. I'm more than happy to do so. Lazita says, "Girl, let him help."
See, my problem is my personality won't let him help. So it doesn't matter how well he does it, he's not going to do it the way that I thought of it in my head. So then if he does it, I'm going to go back and do it again. So just to stop all of that, to save all of that heartache and conflict, I'm just going to do it myself.
Feel
It's
you on
saving
that
everybody.
100%. Right. All right, Miss Lala, it was a pleasure having you, and thank you again for coming out last night. I appreciate it, and thank you for
Yeah.
having your pieces in our exhibition. Um, Lazita, oh no, Oni says roll the yarn or something. He could do that.
Oh yeah, you can pass me the yarn, baby. That's about it. Oh yeah, rolling that yarn now. I need that, especially when it comes from the wrong way.
Yeah,
Don't you
you
hate
gotta
when you
pull from.
pull it and then it's coming from the opposite way, like it's wrapped around when you think it's coming from the inside?
Yeah, you gotta find that inside. You gotta dig in there and get it out.
Just deliver a baby on them.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, 'cause sometimes that whole little pregnant, I mean, that little ball of yarn comes out when you
Yes.
and then you got to detangle that to find the end. But once you find the end, you're good to go. So
I never knew that I could untangle knots as well as I can until I start untangling some yarn knots. Like I
it
have
takes a
been
lot of patience too
I, I have
to
been focused.
detangle.
Yes.
I didn't
But I
realize
won't.
I always thought that I was a very impatient person, which I am to a degree. But the fact that I can sit and detangle yarn,
What?
I think that I'm a very patient person.
Very
Yeah.
patient. And don't bother me while I'm trying to untangle it because then my patience is gone again.
Not the yarn, it's the people. It's the people.
It's
No.
definitely
All
the
right.
people.
Well, we both have to get back to hooking. So we're
Yes,
gonna have to wind this up. And I thank you again. Apparently we didn't get Miss Rocky, but
I
we'll see her
know.
soon.
We will.
Thank you everybody who tuned in. One day I'll be able to talk freely and correctly. So I apologize. Thank you to everyone that tuned in on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and from wherever you're watching. Happy Sunday and happy hooking. And again, thank you, Lala. We will see you in 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
at the at our spring 2025 Oh So Meshy Strands Fiber Arts Fashion Show with crochet, knitwear, and macrame this time. So please get your tickets today at fiberartsfashion.com or the free ones are on Eventbrite. So take care, everybody. Any final parting words?
Um, I I wasn't as nervous this time. So thank you guys for being here. Thank you for listening to me. And
Yes.
Stacy, we really appreciate you guys. Can't wait to show you my work.
All right. Thank you. Love you guys. Have a great day. Happy hooking. Bye. I'll figure out how to get off this live in 1 second, y'all.